Good evening. Welcome to the latest edition of Storm Report Live. I'm one of your co-hosts, Chris Sipperly, the co-owner and general manager of Southern Vermont Storm. My other co-host is Adam Sandrov, also an assistant coach here with the team. And with tonight's guest, we have Jamar Gibson, and we are presented by the GC Tractor in Hoosick Falls, New York, as well as King's Aspect. So with that, Adam, take it away.
Long time no talk, BB. How's it going, my man?
I'm all right. How you doing yourself?
Not too bad. Hoping it gets. I wanted to get a little warmer around here. December sucks.
Man, if we get the snow, I feel like the snow ran off on us and ain't coming back.
I think so. So we've been doing some of these storm reports now, for the last few months, and you were on with us, probably 5-6 months ago. And I guess the first thing I'll ask is, you've been watching all these guys come up and learning about their stories, and what do you think about some of these guys that are coming?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to getting to know more about their stories and what they go through in life. You know what I'm saying? Because as you guys know, I go through a lot too. Everybody go through something, but it just I would like to know so I can be there to or try to give advice to those people, because I don't want you to feel alone, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you feel like you're doing the best that you can right now, and somebody telling you you're not, I'm going to be the one too, you know what I'm saying, to tell you, you know what I'm saying?
Excellent.
No, I agree. Like that's the thing that that we like to do. Like I think that gets lost in the shuffle a lot of times. So like it's important to kind of know, like, every year there's some version of, okay, for lack of better example, who's your favorite football team? Like that, I know that's surface stuff, but the reality of it is, like, this is what this time is for. Like we're gonna spend a lot of time together, and like that's the biggest reason why
it's a lot of building up, building and stuff. So don't feel like you a stranger. It's a lot of new faces, but I just me being here, being around this team for. I can't even count no more. So
it was
I feel like it's home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're looking at let's see, 2020 COVID year.
Yeah.
21.
21.
22.
I missed a year, I think. 1 year.
You were away for a little while.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you came back. Yeah. And then last year was last year,
So three, but yeah, man. So listen, guys, if like I said, if I look forward. I don't have nothing else. I just look forward to it. It's a lot of faces, a lot of people that think they nice or whatever gonna come to practice and do. If you on offense, defense gonna give you hell. You hear me? So I'm just going. That's just how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, along with the new guys, we got a lot of new fans coming in, new people that are paying attention to the Southern Vermont Storm and all that we do. So let's talk a little bit about you and your, kind of your football life and that. Where did you go to high school, and then talk about your experience, playing in high school and
I went to
get a name for yourself at that point.
So my little story, my story is it's all over. But I went to the school I reside at is at I was at University Preparatory for Young Men. I got kicked out of Rochester City School District, but I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. A lot of people I play flag with, they see I'm always repping it. I'm always talking about it. 585. We could be playing against them. I'm gonna be right there repping it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm from, where I was born and raised. I played for University Prep about almost my whole high school years. I mean, I played basketball. We went to state championships. I lost. I went to college for Hudson Valley. Didn't really like it too much. It wasn't my thing. Like, I was ready to get out of school. High school ended for me, and I was like, you know what? I just wanted to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, I couldn't just play football. I had to do other things, and me just being living up here in Troy, New York, in 2015, 16, it was kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? It took me a little time to adjust because I wasn't from here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I met Zori.
Yep.
Some people know Zori. Zori told me about the Storm, and I thought I was never going to play football again, man. But, talking to Sip, hearing how it was, something said just go out there and give it a shot. And that's what I did. And it was like the best thing for me.
I'm not. That's actually one I'm not familiar with. I'm pretty familiar with a lot of the New York schools, even the ones out Rochester, Syracuse, and Buffalo. Even those ones. Tell me a little bit about the University Prep. Is that more? Is that like more for like getting you ready for school, college, or is that more of like a? Tell me a little bit about how that place works.
It was a school that first started. It was the first year I was the first graduated class. It started up in like 2010 or 9, one of those. And I was like the first student to be written on the list. Like, so and when I graduated, I was the first graduating class of 47 people, 48 people. So it wasn't a big class, but like, yes, that school taught us the future, taught us what we was going to go through. We learned about economical goals. We learned about, I took every course of math, every single math subject. I took trigonometry, calculus, to down to everything. It was the hardest. So it was just a lot of stuff going on. I had to wear a shirt and tie every day. And let me tell you a little something about that. Like, I was from the streets, I was born and raised from the West Side. That's where I go back home. That's where I'm from, the West Side of town. So, that's what I used to rep around on the streets. I was a game banger. And when I tell you this school changed my life, being in an all boys school, being in a different environment, no girls, nothing. It was just, it teaches you things, you know what I'm saying? Like, some guys got kids and, some guys they're in a unisex school. To me, honestly, the best thing is being in that school, how it made me into a man, and even my other peers, you know what I'm saying? It changed how I look, it changed how I sit up, a lot of things. So that school was a different school, man. When I first started, I didn't like it. Trust me, I don't.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it took me
it's definitely
time
a
to
game changer
adjust.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, it took me time to adjust.
And it's like one of those things where you go in and you're like this kid that's got all over the place, and then by the time you get done, it's like you're a young man ready to go, like ready to make something of yourself and do whatever that is. That's the next step.
Yeah, literally, and that's how I felt when I when I graduated high school. I was like I was just so like relief, you know what I'm saying? Because high school was it was a lot.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I
I
mean
miss it though. I do miss it. What I know now, and I go back,
yeah,
it's crazy. But
yeah, you're right. I mean, now
yeah,
experience, you just go back and use the experience and knowledge that you have now.
life lesson, man. God
Oh,
just put you
absolutely
in
right.
God
Yep.
just put you in a place, and you just got to take it from there. You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
I'm just going to ask a question that popped up from Coach. We're going to go back and forth and bounce around here just a little bit. But Coach Grimes wanted to know, what is your goal with the Storm this year? Well, I read it incorrectly, but you know what I mean.
What is my goal
Yep.
for this year with the Storm?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My goal is to get defensive MVP. That's my
Are we
goal.
talking? Are we talking league? Are we talking team or all the above?
I'm talking the whole league. The whole
Yeah.
league said,
Yeah.
that's how I ain't never get one of those before. I got MVP of a game, but
Yep.
just defensive player of the year of just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's my goal.
What do you feel like you got to do to accomplish that? Like what do you see? Like what's your path to that accomplishment? I know it's a hard question to answer, but like, what do you think you personally feel it needs to happen?
I need to make better adjustments when I'm on the field. I need to stop thinking and become a less thinker. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to say, as a Dallas Cowboy fan,
yeah,
10-33 first the NFC East just putting it out there. I see you as a Micah Parsons type anyway. You could play on the line, you could play linebacker. Yeah. You're getting to the football, you're getting to the quarterback. You know, you're wreaking havoc. And even if you don't get to the quarterback, you get there, pressure on a guy, force him to make an early throw, interception on the back end. So I see that, and I've seen that with you, and I don't see why you can do that again. And again, you know, that's why you say league MVP on defense. Let's go, absolutely.
I'm with it, man, because I'm chasing something, man, and I'm chasing that tip too, man. I'm chasing that tip, but as a team, that's what we're gonna get together. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to go for defensive MVP.
Yeah, I mean, Adam brings up a good point. To kind of pull the curtain back, I know, like in 22, this was no way was an argument, but it was a friendly conversation. Yeah. I remember multiple times on multiple Fridays leading up to Saturday. It's like, why aren't you it's like, give him a chance at defensive end. It's like, I know he can play it. I know he can, but he just does so well at being in the right place as an outside linebacker. It was really hard to get me to do that. But I know you can do it. It was never a confidence thing. It was just a question of who would take your spot.
And it's not like, then that's what I'm gonna show people this year. Like, I ain't trying to be cocky or nothing, but I can play anywhere. I'm fast.
I know what you mean. Yep.
I'm fast as hell. So, you know. And
Yep.
It's just like, you know, that position right there is just it's like eating the Thanksgiving dinner every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, definitely. I remember. I don't know if it was the first play, but it's pretty darn close. Yeah. Back in 2020, you played defensive end and recovered a fumble.
Yeah. I almost picked it up when it touched.
Yeah, right? I want to say it was certainly less than 6 total snaps in your time with us, and you already made a play. So you've been kind of an immediate impact guy, and I remember even the first practice you came to say to myself, who's that guy? So we've kind of you're one of those guys that kind of hit the ground running, and I can also tell you too from a I don't know, I guess an owner / general manager / coach, like you're the energy guy,
Yes,
you're the guy that kind of keeps it real, for lack of a better phrase.
And I like I told a player at the meeting, I said, I'm not here to hurt nobody's feelings or nothing. If I know that you can play a certain way, play it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna Adam to see me bitch at a couple players a couple times, excuse my French, but
it's leadership, man. It's accountability.
And that's what it is, because I would take accountability if you tell me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get frustrated in my head, but hey, we a team. I'm gonna listen. If I need to do that to get it done, we need to get it done. There was some times where I had plays where I messed up. I got teammates, B. And I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Just try to fix that problem, not to make sure it don't happen again. And not to bring him up, but I put Levante on his ass after that. you know what I'm saying?
I was going to bring his name up for a different reason. I was going to congratulate him on his newborn baby. But
congratulations! he know I'm always forever bring that up.
I know that. I know you guys. I know that. I'm always joking.
That was crazy. That was a crazy play.
By the way, that might be the best segue we've ever had on the Storm Report.
Yeah, that's pretty elite stuff right there.
Oh my God!
I'm looking forward to this too, man. Storm Report. Hey, I got some questions, right? I got a question.
He's turning around on us.
Well, hold on. I'm losing connection. Hold on.
Yeah, you guys ask me the questions. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I wanted to do this. I never really made myself like a highlight tape before.
Yeah.
I want to get a camera and put it on my chest. Is that legal?
it would be legal, but we'd have to figure out how to do it. And the kind of that's something we could talk about.
Even a couple players, certain you want to make highlights and stuff. Some people don't have opportunities at home or don't have enough funds to. I will help purchase it.
Yeah, I don't believe that there's a rule against it, but I certainly want to leave that up to coach, because there are some ins and outs that may not want to be published in terms of play calls and those sort of things. But I can tell you, you and anybody else that's listening, and we mentioned this at the meeting. We're going to do a media day this year. We own a 4K camera now. And our goal is to, again, it's going to come down to the players, but whoever is, for instance, at media day are going to be the players that are featured, because we're going to have the video and the photos to support it. But I can tell you from a promotional standpoint and a highlight standpoint, having this 4K camera is going to be a game changer.
Yeah,
we're going to go.
You're going to be able to see somebody slap each other up on the field.
Pretty much
from the sideline,
pretty
from
much
the back of the sideline.
Pretty much. And again, we in years past we had a Veil camera, which was the camera that went on that tripod. It did a good job, but it was like a one. I'm boring you with the details, but it was one continuously long video. So when we filmed the game, it was the entire duration.
Yeah,
so you can do play, you can do highlights, which we did. But with this camera, I'd be able to stop the camera on our demand, so we can do anything we want. Again, not to bore anybody with the details, but we have a lens, very good lens.
No, that's dope though.
We're gonna put together some good stuff this year, and
that's
some of you
dope,
probably
man.
seen some of the stuff we've done.
Yeah.
Like I saw, no, again, not to throw the Cowboys out there 10-3, just want to say, but but they have this thing every week that their social media team does, which I love, and I don't know if it's something we can do or something we can talk about, but I think they do a mic'd up thing, like so basically they mic up the guys during the game, like 3 or 4 of the guys during the game, and then they obviously bleep things out for either language, because obviously you got kids on there.
That's fire, man.
But like you got stuff for either language, or obviously for play calls. I'm sure you can figure out a way to bleep out like the full out, names of plays or whatever. But maybe that's an idea as well. Just kind of
seen that in a school in Texas, man. When I was
I would say that everything's on the table, but out of respect for the coaching staff, that's something I would want them to sign off on. But yeah, I think there's a way to do it, because the reality of it is, even with the game, the game film's different, but in terms of highlights, there might be something that could, do something along those lines. But our goal is, and I've said this many times, and I'll continue to say it. Our goal is to win football games and have the best experience possible at an amateur football level. And our goal, I was talking to Coach Grimes today about it. There's 2 things that are our goals. One is to win a championship, and 2, if we're able to give someone a platform to take it to the next level, that is just as good as a championship in our eyes. We want to be able to provide things to people. And the only way to do that is to do the kind of things that we're doing. And I don't feel like there's a lot of teams out there that are able to do what we do, and we want to be different by design.
I feel you, and it's going to happen. And Coach asked that question twice. I seen it pop up on the screen twice, so I'm gonna answer another question for you. Garrett is funny. I'm gonna answer another question for you. My goal too is to go. How many games we got?
In terms of the regular season, it should be 10, and then playoffs probably 2 to 3, depending on the number of teams.
3, and I'm gonna include the championship too. You hear me? 14-0. That's what I'm going with.
Well, we went
11-0.
Yeah, we went 11-1 once.
I ain't go 10-0 since high school.
I've never gone 10-0.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, let's do it. And it's all about it starts with family first. Team got to be a family, man. That's the part of winning.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's why we do what we do. Like, it's not perfect. Families don't always get along. Families always don't see things the same way.
You want the back door? You wanted to come to the back door? We right here waiting for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of love we got to give back.
Yeah.
Even to those players with their heads down. Said, how many, and I appreciate you, bro, all the way.
I do
when
too,
I had
man.
my head down, you guys picked me up. You helped me a lot in practice and stuff, and even in the games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still going through it. My mother's birthday on the 21st, man. Shout her out. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I know she meant a ton to you and still does.
Yeah.
Like I know, like last year.
It's crazy.
But
guys, let's do this, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get January, February, March out of the way. Let's get to April, May. Let's get to practices. Let's get going.
Word. Put them on the kitchen table. Eat them up. Let's go.
Adam, do you have anything else that you got? I mean, I think.
Yeah, no, I just like I said, the segue to Levante's dad announcement is pretty good. But no, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, getting a chance to talk to guys, getting to learn their stories. Like you said, you're kind of you're a little bit outlier because you're not from like the capital district like many of these guys are. But yeah, obviously you're going to be a major part of this, and learning these guys' stories and who they are. It's we've got a myriad of different personalities and different things, and I think that's all going to mesh up really nice when we get to it.
Yeah, and that's it. Like I feel like it's going to be a lot different from all the other years too. What I've been seeing at meetings, just the attitudes, the way people are. You don't hear too much people interrupting. You don't really hear nothing. You hear people focus. You see eyes up straight. You know what I mean? Looking, focus up, ready to go. Some people ready, itching.
It's a very different vibe by design. I give a lot of credit to Coach Grimes and Coach Williams and Coach Dennis and Coach Adam to really kind of get in the right kind of people in here. Like we have a lot of work in front of us, but the biggest thing is we want to work with people that want to work with other people. Like it's team, it's family, it's do the right thing and just be accountable and be able to be counted on. That's the big thing.
And Coach Adam too, man. I'm telling you right now, the lineman is going to have horrible practices. All right. I'm telling you right now. All right, just be prepared. Don't be mad. Just say BB told you. All right.
All right.
Every practice. This before we get up off here, because I'm tired of seeing it every time I come to practice. I travel 45 minutes to go to practice, and people is bullshitting at practice.
Yep.
When the first day of practice, or however it should be, for now on, today is practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Make practice. You practice how you play. That was always taught to me. That's what always. You practice how you play. Because if you practice and you bullshit in practice, you're going to bullshit in the game. And that's that is, I don't care if it's not scientifically proven or whatever. It's the truth.
No, I think
you know what I'm saying? Because I done bullshitted in practice in high school where Saturday came and oh my God, I shit the bed. Diarrhea everywhere. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't have a segue for that, so I can't.
You might have to put an explicit.
Yeah.
His podcast.
No, like,
oh my God, he's fired up.
I mean, you're one thing I'll say about practice real quick, and then we got a pretty much. I was watching the show today or yesterday. It was Homer warning. It was about the Buffalo Bills, who I'm a fan of. And Steve Tasker is one of the guys that's on that daily show, and he was so right. Like whoever saw the Bills Chiefs game, like when Josh Allen was running out of bounds, right before he went out of bounds, threw the ball to Latavius Murray. The reason why he's able to do that is because they did it at practice at some point. Because how else would he know to do that? Once you do that in practice, and you see that in the game, your antenna goes up. Oh, I remember that, and then you just go and do it.
That's it, coach. Yep.
It's the details, man. The devil's in the details. Like,
that's it.
If you're unprepared, you're going to be unprepared. Period. You're not going to be prepared for what you got to be prepared for.
And that's why I said your lineman's gonna have hell because
Yep.
my energy is never gonna change.
Yep.
I'm coming to practice on fire.
Yep.
Hey, they need to know.
And that's how it's gonna be, and that's how everybody's gonna get it. That's a winning team. You get, you go through that pain and gain, so you can, we get there, man, and we're gonna just hold it in our hands and get to kiss it, whatever, do whatever you want to do. It's just I want to feel that, you know what I'm saying? And I just want the team to feel that too, man.
Yeah, well, 100%. So I want to thank you for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you on again. With that, I look forward to speaking with everybody as we move along. We got a couple more, I don't know, 1 or 2 of these before the first of the year, and then we'll take a quick break probably in between, and we'll catch everybody soon.
And our next meeting, I think, is the 12th. Is that right?
Yes, it's November, January 12th, 6:30 to 8 at Lynn's Uptown Tavern. It is a Friday night.
Sip said you was about to say November, Sip.
I'm stuck in November for whatever reason. I don't know why.
That food was too good.
No doubt about it. I keep going back to memories, I guess.
That food was too good. That boy said, "Listen."
So
you sit funny, man.
Hey, I just try to be honest and open and try not to think a fool of myself all that often. So with that, we'll catch everybody next week.
100, man. Merry Christmas. Happy
New Year,
man.
Appreciate it.
Sir.
Thank you.